Welcome back to another IDMacs video tutorial. Today I would like to show you a new feature, displaying of API documentation. I'll demonstrate the feature again by editing the add computed fields script and search inside the source code of the script for an invocation of an IDM built-in JavaScript function. I can just place the cursor on the name of a built-in function and then press Shift F2 to display the API documentation of that function in a web browser. With the default configuration, the help is displayed from the internet from help.sap.com. Unless you apply any manual customizations, IDMacs will use the default web browser. If you have configured tab browsing, then the documentation from the web, from help.sap.com, will also respect these settings and open different tabs for each function call that you request to display documentation for. This whole feature is currently implemented for IDM built-in functions only. Should you try to invoke the Shift F2 key combination on any other element of your source code, you will get a message that no API documentation is available for that. Instead of displaying documentation from the internet, you can also use the local help file that ships together with SAP NetWeaver Identity Management. But for this end, you need to customize IDMacs and tell it where exactly that help file is located. And you can do that by opening the Options menu, then choosing Customize Emacs, and then Customize Specific Option. The name of the option that you will need to customize is IDMacs help file. For this user option, you will need to supply the absolute path to the IDM help file, dse.chm. If you know that this file is in the standard location, you can just copy and paste that from the documentation string of that user option. Then save the option and exit Customize. As you can see from the browser address bar, the documentation is now displayed directly from the local compiled HTML file. Unfortunately, there's a slight inconsistency in behavior when you use the local help file, because by default Internet Explorer will now no longer use different tabs to display the documentation for different functions, but it will open a new window for each function that you request to display documentation for. If you want to fine-tune the browsing experience to your personal preferences, one option that you have is of course changing the Windows default web browser. Another option is to have a look at the Emacs customization options of the package browse URL. There are a number of configurable user options there that you can use to specify a different browser executable to be used, or also to specify different program arguments. For example, if you have a web browser that lets you influence whether or not tabs or windows are used to display new URLs that are handed over to the browser. So that's all for today. Thanks for watching and have fun using IDMacs. Thanks and bye bye.